Coming in on 10. 1. Welcome to Major League Ultimate right here in Berkeley, California, to see the home team San Francisco Dogfish taking on the visitors from the East. A historic game, New York Rumble coming to town today. First time an East Coast team has traveled west to play an East Coast team, and it's week number 6 here. Players to watch. We've got some great weather to start off with for the first time, Rubes. I'm Colin Shearstead with Matt Ruby here. How you doing, Matt?
Great. Yep. Excellent weather. We were just commenting on how clear it is. I mean, we can see downtown San Francisco from here. Looks like you could throw a rock and hit it. It's clear and sunny, but it is also quite windy. It's not even gusty windy. It's a side-to-side wind. It's basically blowing from the bay into our face. So I don't expect that to die down at all as this game progresses.
It's going to be the third team on the field today. Which team will play better against and or with that wind? As you mentioned earlier, Matt, that New York having experience playing in some difficult weather conditions already this year, and some windy and rain.
That's right. So this might be among their best conditions. New York's coach said every home game they've had has been terrible, really bad conditions. So for them, this might be a little bit of a relief.
So players to watch for the New York Rumble, number 82, Marquez Brownlee. Pretty great player. He's been a larger role this season, still learning how to use his blend of size and skill. With 13 blocks already, that leads the league, and he has the highest goals, assists, blocks, and throws per game of his career. And who's the matchup, do you think, will he match up against on this Dogfish team, Matt?
Gosh, just like you, I'm completely unfamiliar with all of these players, so I don't really know what their strengths are. If he's going to defend a handler, I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on somebody like Lassiter or perhaps Yeager. And then, as we've talked about as the season's progressed, sort of a go-to cutter has not really risen on the Dogfish yet. They kind of do it by committee, but maybe if someone is showing strength, they're kind of killing their guy downfield, maybe he'll switch on to that person and try to keep him tamped down for the rest of the game.
And the player to watch for the Dogfish today, Rubes?
Robot. Daniel Nerua, also known as Robot. He is, I describe him as incredibly steady, just great fundamentals. He knows the right play to make every time, and he makes it every time. He's not going to commit turnovers. He's not going to make silly throws or commit too many silly mistakes, which for a team like this is incredibly valuable because while they do have some veterans, despite the fact that this is Nero's first year on the team, he is a veteran of Pro Ultimate. I believe this is his 3rd season, and he also in USA Ultimate has been playing for the Polar Bears, so he's been winning. He knows how to get the job done. He knows how to win games, and that's the 2 things I think to look for from him.
He's coming through the line right now, number 25. You can see on your screen there with the headband.
There he goes. And then some other keys to the game for the Rumble. Mott, who is number 81, Sean Mott. He made SportsCenter's top 10, but offensively, he's not that consistent. So whether they can sort of get that under control a little bit. Brownlee gets 6 blocks a game, but they don't convert very many of those into goals. Their break conversion rate is only at 22nd worst in the MLU. And when the Rumble attack the breaks out on offense, they're often rewarded with strong possessions. And when they settle for moving the disc rather than attacking with it, their offense tends to stagnate. So they need to really work on attacking the break side. And then they're 8-28 against the East. While they can't get a winning record against the East, they can go 1-0 against the West. I'm sure they'd love to do that. And then sort of as a historical perspective, the East is 3-1 against the 3-0 against the West, but that's with a West Coast team flying east. And this team flew here last night and actually got a decent night's sleep. So I don't know if travel's going to play quite as big a negative factor as we had anticipated when I saw this on the schedule. When I saw it on the schedule, I thought, oh boy, those guys are going to be tired. But They did not take a red eye. They got here at a decent hour. They actually got a good night's sleep. So I think it should make for what I suspect will be a sloppy game, but a close game.
And Rubes, this is a very young, the youngest team in the league, the New York Rumble are. They only have 3 players actually on their roster over 30 years of age, and that compares to 13 players for the Dogfish, the more experienced veteran team. But a lot of these young players come from the same club team in New Jersey. We think it's a Garden State club team, so they should have some experience playing with each other, but definitely new to the league. And as we've seen before, players coming in, regardless of how much experience they have, making that transition from club to professional with the different rules, the different size of the field, it's definitely an adjustment to make. And this is a team that, being so young, I think they're going to be, if they can hold together their roster in the next couple of years, is going to be a team to watch in the next couple of years.
Definitely. In terms of keys to the game for the Dogfish, I think this applies to both teams. On a day like today where there's a stiff crosswind, offensively you really have to work to get the disc on the upwind side and keep it on the upwind side. When you see these sort of short dumps get off, and then that thrower does not turn and immediately look to attack the break side and try to break a mark and continue that broken mark all the way across field, you start to see offenses stagnate, and you start to see them not exactly panic, but they certainly get a little nervous, maybe a little anxious.
Right.
You don't want to have the disc on the trap sideline. Defensively, as a marker, this is something that both coaches will decide what to do, but for me, what I would usually tell markers to do is do not allow an around throw off. Don't let something go around the mark. If you're going to get broken, you want to get broken on an inside-out throw, because the defender is in much better position to actually make a play on an inside-out than they are in position to make a play on a round break, which can be thrown to space, put in front of a cutter with his defender on his back, and that defender is at his mercy. So as a marker, you might want to once you kind of pinch it all the way to the trap side, I'll be curious to see what both teams do. For me, I would say you clamp him on the sideline and you do not let the around off.
It should be noted that New York this past week added 4 new players to their roster, shaking things up a little bit. The 4 players are here today, so we might see them out in the field. Only one of them has experience, but he is a 3-year veteran with 2 years with the Spinners. The records of both these teams, New York coming in at 1-5, but they have had to play the Spinners 3 times, losing all 3 of those games. The Dogfish coming in at 1-2. Their 2 losses against Portland and with the win against Vancouver.
I bet both teams are a little relieved that they don't have to see Philadelphia anymore, because they've been really good this year.
Very good.
And the Dogfish, I would think the next time they play Portland, they got to know they're not going to catch them. So that Portland game might be kind of a throwaway. Get some reps in and get guys a chance to play together and learn together. But that's for another day. Right now, it's Rumble versus Dogfish.
You hate to say this early in the season for the Dogfish, only having played 3 games, that it's a must-win situation. But this could be a turning point for the Dogfish, an opportunity for them facing a young team to even it up at 2-2.
Yeah, I think I don't know if the Rumble's chances to make the playoffs, how they look with the things shake out in terms of tiebreakers or points or whatnot. But the Dogfish are still alive by virtue of the fact that they've only played 3 games. And here's our first pull from Brownlee. Ooh, Shaw fields it, and look how bouncy it is out there.
We didn't mention Sanke in the game right now. He was questionable with the hamstring injury.
That throw from Sanke just kind of got, the wind just took it. Ooh. Oh, wow. Lucky. First cutter actually slipped and fell. I think that's who that pass was intended for. And number 27 for...
That's Justin Carter, one of the players just signed.
He cleans up the trash. Johnny on the spot.
It was a quick early score for New York getting on the board. Briefly talked about Sanke. He's such a huge part of this Dogfish offense statistically, handling the disc.
Yeah, he was nursing a hamstring last week and injured it, re-aggravated it on a D attempt. I'm actually, to be honest, surprised to see that he's out there. On a day like today, they're going to need him. He's generally steady. His throws are quite good. It's going to be nice to have some veteran leadership there. The trio of Jaeger, Lassiter, and Sankey last week looked really good. Real steady. So let's see if they can do it again this week. Same play. Lassiter's 3. Nice and easy. There's a robot. Oh, there's our man. Our man to watch. Nice throw by Jaeger. Nice throw.
We watched him right into the end zone.
Nice throw. Nice read by Naruo. So that was a string play that broke down. They were trying to run it to the closer side of the field to us. Lassiter was third in the string. It doesn't get off. They work it back the other way. And calmly throw a goal. Very nice.
It's going to take a few minutes or maybe a quarter or two for both these teams to adjust to the wind, figure out how to work with that.
That throw that James Jaeger just put up can be a little risky. He got the bottom of the disc sort of up, if you will, and it exposed it to the wind. That's what Sankey's throw did on the previous turn, is he threw sort of an around outside-in backhand, which gets that far edge tipped up, and with the wind blowing basically in our face, it's going to just pop that disc. So Jaeger's throw was actually very good considering the conditions, because that was an outside-in forehand on the windiest side of the field. Now, he does have the ability to sort of throw it out to space, and if it drifts into the middle of the field, then Nero's in a good in a good position to make the play on it. Looks like a string. Number 81's going deep. Oh, there's that floater.
Brownlee hucks it up there.
Nice D by Williams. Berkeley High is a tough place to huck. Both teams, the Dogfish know that better. They've played here before, but New York's going to learn. I'd be curious to see if they're going to keep pumping it or not. Keep putting it up deep. There's Casino, very nice. Williams. Ooh.
Wow.
Nice layout, one-handed catch. Ooh.
Nice D there.
Great D by number 32. That was excellent. Klimkowski, one of the new boys.
You guys making a dent already in this team.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wow. Lucky. Brownlee.
Marquez picks it up.
Yep. Clean up the trash again. Brownlee has uncovered Pineda's on him, but he's giving him a lot of room. Oh. I thought Taylor Casino might actually have a shot at that. Now, Taylor's, see how he's overcommitting. There we are. That was good defense on Taylor's part. Wow.
Good box out.
Great box out. I'm surprised that's not a foul. He stuck his arm back and shoved Janinas out of the way. But that Casino mark was what I was talking about earlier. He completely overcommitted to taking away the around forehand, and I believe it was 77 Lee that just threw that goal.
Yep, Bowie.
That's a punt. That was not what he wanted to do. That's a high count. Smart thing to do is, I like to use the term that I steal a lot of basketball terms. One of them is you talk about getting a shot up.
Right.
You got to get a shot up. You cannot get stalled. You cannot lose the disc on a travel. You can't get hand blocked. Like, put the disc in a place where you have a chance to score. You don't have no chance to score if you just hold on to it and get stalled. So that was a punt. But so far we've seen 3 plays that sort of went to the wrong guy, but were complete. So a little bit of luck, I'd say, working for the Rumble at the moment.
Ryan Schwartz on the score there for the Rumble.
Nice and easy. Oh, nice cut by Naruo, but he got clogged a little bit. Nice cut by Cloud. He's ISO'd. Nice cut. To it. Very nice. Lassiter's going. Gabe Sankey going. Take it easy on the poor guy. Take it easy on those old hamstrings. See if they can get it off the line. Nice. All right, so now this is good. You don't want to necessarily work it all the way to the downwind side if you can avoid it. If you've got an easy goal, oh, darn it. Well, I think those are the kind of turnovers we're going to see today. It's windy, gusty. Kind of a small window to throw that into.
Yeah, it was very small.
Nero just cannot quite reach to get it.
Charles Cannon using his height there on that grab.
Uh-oh. Rumble off to the races here. Nice throw by number 10. Lefty forehand. Wow. Very nice offense.
Justin Carter, number 27, with the assist. Couple points already.
Hit the gas and do not slow down there. They picked that up on the front corner and just bum rushed the Dogfish on the way down to a score.
New York up 3-1 early here in the first quarter. Those new pickups for the Rumble making themselves known.
Yeah, immediate impact
from the get-go.
Tough turnover for the Fish. Disc on the 5. You want to punch. Obviously, you want to score that one, but that's a rough one. Ooh, not a great pull. But it's going to land in bounds and roll. Wow, the roll saved.
Good roll.
Yeah, great roll.
Did you read the jacket article about...
All right. Oh. Hubbard had a rough week last week. I was curious to see how he was going to pick it up today, and it does not start well.
It seems like... My friend wrote it, but it seems like she got less than since he used to spaghetti last night.
Uh-oh.
Too easy.
Jeez.
People from Seattle.
I smell a timeout here. Oh, they're talking about it. Not sure what they're talking about.
I think Sonky thinks he got shoved.
Pushed off there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was referring to the future. I only read that.
Not sure what they're talking about, but
Rumble player really wanted to make up, and Sonke was not done yet. Talking on the rest, but they're all good.
Well, Dogfish offense looking a little sloppy. Unforced errors so far. That's just a drop. I mean, it's gusty out here on a day when it's gusty. A disc will bounce, and by bounce, what I mean is you see it come off of a thrower's hand, and players will make basically an immediate read. As soon as it comes off, you make an immediate read, and you start to run to where you think it's going to go. And you work under the assumption that disc is not going to like jump up and down 6 to 8 inches. So it's possible it just bounced right before it got to Hubbard.
Oh.
Wow, nice bid.
Nice bid.
Bad turnovers piling up. They got to start to get things together here. This game's going to get out of hand quick.
The article I illustrated for
Defense has really been chasing.
Oh, boy. Gosh, another kind of... Wow. Great D by Jaeger. That's a goal-saving D right there. That's a phenomenal D. Wow.
He must have heard me talking about how porous the defense was, and he went after that one. And then another throwaway here.
Now, I don't have a huge issue with them taking shots deep, because if you can make a team go 80 yards against you or 70 in these conditions, it can be a lot tougher.
Sure, but that's not deep enough.
But you got to value a little bit, too. You can't just start jacking it without any consideration for... Wow! Ooh, he makes up for it.
Woo!
That was his turnover. Oh, and he's going to go.
He's going.
Yeah, but Lassiter can definitely
reward him.
pump it. That's going to work. Very nice.
Wow. You love to see that bookend right there with Williams and the tremendous D. Gets the score.
It was his kind of dingy turnover that resulted in Rumble getting the disc back, and then he makes a great block. 2 phenomenal blocks by the Dogfish in that point. Jaeger definitely saved a goal, no doubt about it. And Williams comes around his guy and makes another nice D.
And that's exactly what New York was doing at the beginning of this game, turning a turnover into a score.
So the Dogfish are going to be pulling from half field. So just to pick up the thought that I was on before that point started, when the disc is bouncing, you don't want to actually let it come to you. You have to go get it. Because the more distance it travels, the better chance it has to do something really wacky that is completely unpredictable. So it sounds sort of counterintuitive, but on a day like today, you want to run your hardest at a disc. You want to go to your hardest to a disc and just give it less chances to do something weird.
Right. Dogfish using the timeout to get a field advantage here on the pull. Both these teams struggled with turnovers last week. New York with 27, San Francisco with 30. I can believe it.
It's the first time out by the Fish.
Can I go? Yeah.
Now, they ran junk on this last time. Let's see if they're going to do it again. Last week, they ran a little bit of junk. Looks like they're doing it again. Nice break.
Well, there's no.
So they're either going to go man when the disc reaches a certain spot on the field. Now would be a good time. Yeah.
It's a weird jump.
They're in man now. But they got to get it cleaned up. Edelman is trailing his guy a little bit. Nice mark. Nice D downfield. Ooh, very nice throw. Oh, that's a tough drop. 77 Bowley. He's probably thinking, "Ooh, I got this. What's my next throw going to be?"
Exactly. Got to make the catch before you make the next throw.
Absolutely. So, wow. Let's see if they can hold him here. Yep. So, number 81 there might want to have considered, number 81 with the turnover. That's Sean Mott. He might want to have considered actually looking to the dump a hair earlier. He never actually looked dump. He was looking upfield the whole time. Nice break. I think turnovers are going to pile up for both teams.
Yep, that's going to be the stat of the day.
Fisk got a nice break off, and Shane Tracy tries a forehand. Oh, nice D by Pineda. Nice
And
run
there
through
goes
D.
Pineda going.
Very nice put by Casino. Let's see if he can box the shorter
Hangs up
man.
a little
Wow,
bit.
look at that thing bounce.
Whoa.
Oh, great catch.
Great read by Pineda.
Great read by
He's
Pineda.
excited.
Another bookend, second bookends of the game. Very nice. That's what they needed.
That wind created some drama on that play.
My goodness. That throw, when it came off Casino's hand, you think, oh, that's easy money. And then that sort of far
Higher,
edge
higher.
starts to lean a little bit. The wind picks it up, and then all bets are off. Nice catch by Pineda with the defender on his back. He had him beaten for the goal until that disc started to float. So good defense by the Dogfish there. Rumble had the disc on the doorstep, looking to go up 3, and that ends up being a
Couple of times.
1-point swing as opposed to a 3-point. That's a 2-point swing right there.
Yeah.
If the Dogfish can just clean up their offense a little bit, I think they'll be fine. Their turnovers have not really been coming on Ds. They've had one D where the Dogfish cutter just stopped running and got run by. Now, what they should ideally do here is don't let them just work it back to the upwind side easily. They want to keep it up there. Make them put it in the middle of the field, or better yet, tack it on the sideline.
Nice
Make them
get
keep
there.
it on the sideline. Very nice catch.
Jonathan Irvine.
Nice mark. Now, Max is out of position. That was... He shouldn't... You don't want to attack the throw to the fore side. You want to stop the around here. New York doing a nice job. See, they're really, really working it to the upwind side, and then they're going to work back down to the downwind side.
Whoa.
Nice goal. Nice offense by the...
Irvine. Again, Irvine, I should say. The big sky get there.
Nice catch. Nice offense by the Rumble. That's almost textbook offense for wind under these conditions. Is you work it to one side of the field. Someone, one of my coaches last year, Liz Penny, described it as paddle and flow. You paddle to the upwind side, and then you flow back down to the downwind side, and you
Right.
sort of are drawing a zigzag. Ideally, your offense would sort of zigzag its way up and down the field. That's exactly what they just did there. They worked it all the way from the force side, all the way to the break side, all the way to the force side, all the way to the break side, and the result's a nice looking goal with a nice looking offensive flow.
Getting nautical with your description.
That's right. I think it's more of a surfing thing, but I don't know.
New York calling a timeout for a short pull.
Offense for the Fish. Lassiter, Yeager, Sankey, Young, Cloud. Oh, nice roller.
Perfect roll.
All right,
Right at the back.
This is exactly what they want. Nope. Oof. Nice cut by Riggs. Great catch.
Good job by Sankey just taking control of that, getting it out of the end zone.
Nice cut by Naruto. He set his guy up deep. Came underneath for an easy one. Now Yeager needs to look dump here. There we are. Very nice. And continue if you can. Nice cut by... Oh, wow. Nice cut, but a better block by Brownlee. Brownlee had that read the whole way.
Using that length to his advantage.
I don't know what their mark is here. Stopping the around. A lot of give and go. The hit. Oh, jeez.
Just floating that one out there.
That's going to work.
Wow.
There's clearly some confusion on the Dogfish mark there because that was just a free throw to the break side.
Yeah.
But give New York credit. They're happy to just kind of play a little bit of catch over here until something opens up, and then nice crossfield throw for the goal. Great D by Brownlee. He had that read the whole way. He was on. He had inside position on Naruo. He's probably faster than most everybody out here, I would imagine.
No doubt.
So he might have even been baiting it, but I thought Naruo actually had him. The only way that throw is going to get through there is if Riggs put it out in front of Naruo and give him a chance to run under it, because Brownlee just completely squashed that thing.
High scoring first quarter for the Rumble with 6 points.
Yeah.
Minute and a half to go.
All right, you guys ready?
Nice pull. Fisk. Sheridan's open. Nice. You might not recognize Jamie Sheridan because they cut off all his hair last week. Ouch. Rough one. It's not exactly a drop by Cloud. He has a defender on his back. Shashank Olandia is basically blanketing him there, but that throw is a little not exactly where he would have liked to have put it, I don't think. There's the around. Got to start stopping that. Got to stop the around. Because then you're in position to do this. You get to hold the disc on the break side. Wow.
Oh, got lucky there.
Definitely got lucky. Or unlucky in the case of Rumble, but lucky for the Dogfish.
Wind just took that away.
Charles Cannon, number 9, he had an open guy, and he made the correct choice. Mentally correct, physically not what he would like. But he got that back edge up of the disc, and the wind's going to blow it out, and that's exactly what happened. Taylor has to punt.
Just has to get rid of it. Nothing going there.
Nice punt.
Oof.
Sheridan's guy abandoned him and poached the lane, and Sheridan either didn't recognize it or Taylor didn't recognize it because he was open. Ooh, nice throw. Great throw. Very nice throw.
Perfect.
Christian does. Christian does indeed. Is it
Doez?
Does? Does, D-U-E-S-S. My apologies for anyone in his family for us butchering his name, but that was a very nice throw. That's different from the previous show we just saw Cannon throw. Did you notice that? That was Cannon really wound up and threw it sort of at shoulder height. And Christian, it's really more of a little just kind of a wrister and let the wind do the work.
Mm-hmm. New York dominating this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean their defense. I clearly am not giving them enough credit because they are shutting down the Dogfish on everything. Like we just watched Casino have to punt which is unusual. We haven't seen them do that really this whole season yet.
You know, all we talked about with the young players is inexperience, but younger players, a little bit more energy.
Yeah. Oh, we had Lassiter.
Oops.
That's not going to happen. Oh, you can tip it again. Oh,
no, he had to throw it in there. After one, it's New York 7, San Francisco 3. Canterbury, the official apparel supplier to Major League Ultimate. Dress like a pro. Visit www.canterburyus.com, the destination for all your team's custom uniforms and athletic apparel needs. Canterbury, proud partner of Major League Ultimate, committed to the game.
U.S. Coachways. Do you have a team trip or corporate outing coming up? If so, charter a private bus, minibus, or party bus from busrental.com, a U.S. Coachways company. Bus travel is one of the safest, greenest, and most affordable ways to get your group to an event. If you're going with a group, trust busrental.com. Enter coupon code MLUBUS and get additional savings and VIP treatment.
Well, Jason's got his work cut out for him at this first quarter discussion with the team, kind of get them back on the same page, on the same field.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of hand yet. It's a 4-point lead. The conditions are terrible. Well, not terrible, but it's quite windy. So, turnovers can mount very, very, very quickly. So if the Dogfish can clean up their offense a little bit and just cash in those opportunities when they're there, I think they're going to be fine. From New York's perspective, they've been doing a great job of on turns. They are just going downhill. They're going 100 miles per hour, and they're not slowing down for anything. So keep up that pace, keep up that intensity, and don't let off the gas at all in this half, in this quarter.
New York has been struggling on offensive points, scoring only 44%, and their break possession scoring efficiency only 50%, but that's not been the case today.
Yeah, they look good. Offense looks good. I mean, right now the Fish look like the team that traveled a little bit.
Yeah. I wonder if those 4 new players that they just picked up maybe shaking things up a little bit in the locker room, giving them a little bit boost of energy.
Youthful excitement. Well, both these teams have been consistently inconsistent.
Right, hot and cold.
Yeah, so I feel like every quarter is a blank slate. I don't think we have any idea what we're going to get out of either of these guys.
Exactly.
I think for San Francisco, if you turn it, the times when they did turn it and played D, they got the disc back. If they turn it and sort of put their heads down and let rumble cutters just kind of run free downfield, then they're just shoving it down their throats.
Both teams are getting ready to come back on the field. I should mention that Innova is proud to support Major League Ultimate and its incredible athletes. As the official disc of the MLU, the Innova Pulsar has quickly become the disc of choice at Ultimate's highest level. Visit InnovaDiscs.com to find a dealer near you.
Well, you said this may not be a must-win for the Dogfish, but they better win this quarter, or at least make it close. Or from what I've seen, I don't know if they're going to be able to dig it out. Got to get back within 2, or within 1, or tie it up, or ideally take the lead going into half. Or from what I've seen from them offensively, I don't know what adjustments they can make.
Both these teams obviously have unfamiliarity with each other, whereas when you're playing within your division, you get to play those teams 3 times during the season. These teams have never played each other. They can, of course, look at tape from other games that they played against other teams. I'm sure they've done that.
I was secretly hoping that New York would come out with some offense I'd never seen before.
The Statue of Liberty.
Something crazy, something weird, crazy, exotic. Like a German offense or something like that.
Those green uniforms are almost camouflaging them into the field.
22 on 3.
San Francisco will start on defense.
I think New York's polls have actually been better than San Francisco's. And on a day like today, it really means a lot. You don't usually think of polls as being that significant or important, but it really is. On a windy day, if you can put it where you want it, force the team onto the downwind side, and then increase your chances of keeping them there, pretty handy. Here's Janinas with the pull, speaking of which. They're going to work it to the upwind side. Oh, coming in with some junk. Interesting. Give them something different to look at. Uh-oh. Now I think they're going to be going man here. They're staying with it. New York just walking through it. Okay, now they're in man. Foul called.
That's a strip.
Yep. Pineda with the foul. On Lee. Ooh, nice D by Williams. Great D.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Great cut.
Great cut in the end zone there.
By
Scott Zoo.
Scott Zoo. He set that cut up from the break side of that previous, where the disc was previously positioned. He was the break side handler. He starts sort of working his way cross field, and as that handler, you just kind of keep going.
Yeah.
Until you either feel your guy on you and then you want to get out of the way, or you have a thrower who clearly maybe looks you off or gives you a pump fake to get you to plant and come the other way, but otherwise, just keep on running.
Yeah.
You never know what'll happen.
That was just a breakdown on defense there. Nobody went with him.
I think Sheridan was on him, but he just got beat, and then he was not really in position to. He was never going to be able to recover. He wasn't in position to recover. Usually, as that defender, you don't anticipate that far side handler running all the way across the field and scoring all the way on the other side of the field. So he might have fallen victim to that. Back on O. Oh, nice catch by Young. Yeah, going backwards. Nice break by Yeager. There's a call downfield. Looks like a defensive pass interference. So they'll walk it up 10. So interestingly, it looks to me like New York is forcing to the upwind side. They're forcing forehand. Which is sort of counter what I would have anticipated here, but it seems to be working. Nice little quick flick from Cloud. Cloud looking to break it. Oh, a hammer. Interesting choice. Tough throw in these conditions.
Blady hammer.
Yeah. Dogfish look like they are forcing to the downwind side. Now here they are, flowing back again. Nice looking out. Oh.
Oh,
nice
nice bid.
Great bid. I thought that was going to be... I thought he was going to definitely cash that one in. Weintraub just throwing it out to space. Maybe a little too much pace.
That was Colin Koshinash with the good bid there, layout.
Oh, wow. close as it needs to be. There we are. Nice leading pass. Now somebody needs to go here, but nobody's going.
Nobody's going.
Yep, stall.
Stalled out.
Yep.
Good D for New York.
Great D by
They
New
are
York.
really energized with their defense.
Ugh.
Wow.
Wow.
Rubes, I'd love to see a strategy timeout here. I mean, I don't know what they're going to talk about, but they need to talk about something.
Well, that wasn't just. Despite the fact that New York does turn it over by throwing into the end zone, under these conditions, it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's certainly it's frustrating, but you put a team in a position to have to go a long way, and so far the Dogfish haven't shown that they are capable of going a long way. Their offense has looked really spotty. Timing-wise, it's just not there. Coach Seidler said they were going to start rolling out maybe a little more vert stack, and if that's what they're doing, they're set up properly, but there's no sort of flow. When Young got the disc on a nice leading pass from Sonke right there, what you want to have is a cutter. As soon as that throw goes off, and you see it's going to float, and you see that Young is open underneath it, you need to start setting up your cut to give him something. By the time he gets it, everyone's flat-footed. And then if everyone's flat-footed, it's very difficult to get going and beat your guy. Nice cut by Hubbard. Nice cut by Goldstein, too. He's still there. Nice cut by Max.
There's Goldstein.
Oh, he's left-handed. I didn't realize that.
Oh,
Wow. Lucky.
woof, that was close. Yep, nothing going.
Now, the Dogfish are trying to get it to the upwind side. They're just not executing. They're making the correct choices. They're just physically not executing the throws. And New York, again, on
Travel
the attack.
call. They'll just bring it back. Not a turnover anymore, but they will walk it backwards.
Nice break. Nice round break. Great round break.
Oof. There's Cannon there. He's going to call him out, though.
Oh, wow. It's a nice round break. I'm surprised. I looked to me.
Yeah.
Wow. The ref's right there, so you can't
Yep.
argue it.
Exactly.
Is another ref going to come in and
No, I don't know
make an adjustment here?
what vantage point she's going to have from all the way over here. They're going to talk about it.
We probably have a better vantage point than she does.
No. I don't see how you can override his call.
No, I don't think. I can't imagine that they will. All right, so let's see. Offensively, New York's been looking good. I don't think they need to change anything. Let's see what the Dogfish can do offensively here. They are in a vert stack, 2 dumps with a vertical. Now, New York's defenders downfield can play off their guys. They can front. They can gamble a little bit more because it's quite windy, and San Francisco hasn't shown the ability to throw any bombs. So until you see a team throw one deep past you, you don't really need to honor your guy deep.
Exactly.
Nice. Riggs with a good clear. Nice. It's looking pretty good so far. Very nice. Nice and easy. Now that's one I don't know if I would... Yeah, don't give it up so easily. Don't... Wow. Oh, nice catch. Serrano with a nice hammer.
Hubbard's going to call himself not quite
Let's
in.
see if Hubbard can be calm here. Very nice.
Smart.
Ooh, nice catch.
Goldstein, the birthday boy this week.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yes, turning the ripe old age of 23.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, Naru.
Well,
I mean, that's Serrano pulling the hammer out. To Hubbard. Nice catch by Hubbard.
Good flow there for the Dogfish.
Better flow for sure.
Yep.
So that was a call that put Cannon out of bounds that results in a Dogfish goal. And that's unfortunate for New York because that was actually a very pretty little around forehand break that put Cannon in power position with his defender on his back. He probably could jump up and come up firing or do whatever he would like, but it results Dogfish goal, and now they're pressing the advantage with a half-field pull.
New York has been very effective today, moving the disc down the field.
Absolutely. They looked really good. They've looked good. This is not too different from what we saw last week, where Portland offensively did what they wanted most of the time. San Francisco did make a second half adjustment to run more junk, but their junk has not looked effective in this game. And I'm not sure what the difference is. But when it's windy like this, you would think the junk would be a little bit more, would work a little bit better.
Could be New York being a younger,
speaking of junk,
faster team.
Well, it's just it's windy, so there's certain things you don't need to worry about. You don't need to worry about stuff being thrown over the top much. So they're probably going to go into man here any second. Fisk is going to get a chance at this. Wow, nice catch. Great catch by number 84, McGlynn. Great catch.
Great timing on the leap. Marquez for the score.
McGlynn, great catch.
Woo.
He's 20.
Yeah, exactly.
The epitomizes this team. So I'm giving the Rumble a lot of credit in dealing with the junk. They're not. None of their throwers are like getting the disc and sort of looking around. You know, they're not thinking like, I've got it. How can I like throw something crazy through the cup or split these guys? They're just getting it moving, get it moving.
Yeah.
And if you can never get a team to stop, if you can't get the disc to stop moving, it's very difficult to play zone against it in general, particularly on a field of this scale. Once it gets past the cup, and if those guys are intent on just moving it, you're in big trouble. It's been a pretty abysmal offensive half for the Dogfish so far. 4 goals. Wow.
Yeah. They can obviously pick up their offense, but they're going to have to pick up their defense because trading goals is not going to help them.
Nope. Nice zingy pull from Brownlee that hits and rolls out.
It's exactly where you want it.
Yep. It's on the downwind. That's the downwind side. That's the downwind trap sideline. Oh,
Gonna punt it out there.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Watson actually had a shot at it. So, a little confusion defensively here. There's a lot of pointing going on, but no one's actually on anybody else. Boy. So Dogfish dump defenders need to decide what they're going to do. You either are going to stay right on your guy, but you can't get beaten up blind. They're in a trail position against their dump offensive counterparts consistently. Oh, nice catch.
Yes, shoestring.
Great catch. Great catch by the big man.
Justin Carter. Nope. Yep.
Another new guy.
Yep, one of the new guys again. I'm calling their name out. It's 11-4 right now.
Gosh.
New York, and I don't know what to say, Rubes. I'm speechless, you know?
There's nothing to say. One team is just playing much better than the other. That's all there is to it.
You know, and it's easy just to look at numbers coming in here. I haven't looked at a lot of tape of this New York team. I just see they're 1-5. Of course, they had to play the Spinners 3 times. That's not easy, but they are playing like not a 1-5 team right now.
Well, they're playing really free and fast. You know, it's like they're unhindered by conscience, if you will. Like they're just out here playing. It's fun. It's super fun. It's fun to be up 7. And it's fun when a team turns it over just to like run it down their throats.
And that is one difference on the East Coast, being that most of those teams are close together geographically. You can get a lot of travel with your fans, but so an away game, you can have a little bit of that pressure of playing in front of some home fans. Obviously not the case here today.
Well, that's short huck.
Trying something different.
Oh, nice way to make it up.
Superman.
Second, nice D from Jaeger. So a lot of people standing around. There we are. Now swing it. Good. Hubbard is wide, but he's just sort of out of position. The thing about playing a vert stack, which is what the Dogfish are playing now, is a lot of younger players don't know how to play it. They're accustomed to playing horizontal. Very nice. Nice crossfield throw from Fetch to Hubbard. Great D by Yeager.
Set that up again.
So what I was saying is that vert stack is something that is more of a older offensive set. Back in the day when I first started playing, many years ago, vert stack was the only offense. So vertical stack is sort of a thing you really need to get reps. You need to practice it. Everybody, for the most part, plays a horizontal stack downfield. If you're going to play a 4-person vertical stack with 3 handlers, the handlers know what to do because it's the same. It's the same for horizontal. It's the same for vertical. For cutters, it's really different. So that point, what I just saw was Hubbard looking not exactly confused, but maybe a little bit lost. He did not exactly quite know where to go, but his guy was off of him. He recognized his guy was off of him, but he doesn't know where to go when he's being poached. So that's something they're definitely going to have to work on. Now, last week, the Dogfish did run off 3 quick goals to end the quarter, so it's not like they're not capable, and the conditions lend itself to possible fast turns. But the junk they've been running has not been effective. So if I was them, I might consider just very hard man. Come down here, very hard man.
You might have heard the crowd responding to number 21, Alexander Max, coming in, a UC Berkeley product.
Very nice. Coming down their junk again. This looks like a true zone. It's a 3-person cut. This is not really junk. This is just a 3-man zone. Good. Look good so far. Now they're getting what they want out of it. The disc is not moving quite as freely as it was earlier. Very nice.
Almost a Callahan.
Very nice. Nice D by the Dogfish. Great D. So whatever it was, they might have ironed a couple things out of that zone. So that's a good example. That's what you want. We have not seen their zone force New York into just swing the disc and not move it upfield. New York's been just chewing through it up until now.
A lot more energy there on that defensive set.
And that rumble is the crowd, the loud Dogfish home fans getting fired up.
Definitely excited to see their own Max out there.
No, everybody, it's not an earthquake.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we're fine. So they're probably going to come man here. So far that was pretty successful. That was off a half-field pull, which is the Dogfish's last time out of the half, so they don't have any more in their pocket. Chaninas with the pull. Ooh, that's a good one. That's going to float. Very nice. Really good. It's kind of a little, not exactly a dominator, but oh wow, nice fist. Back-to-back Ds by Fisk. Good, smart. Ooh, exciting. Scuba, that was smart. He had Lassiter, but there was a man who was a defender who was getting in Lassiter's space there.
Got to get rid of it.
Got to get rid of it. Exactly. Got to throw it.
Ooh, and what a throw.
Nice throw by Pineda. That's getting that shot up. That was a high count. Just got to get a shot up. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Oh, wow. That is, oh boy. That would have been a big momentum shift. Fisk really seals the around. That's what you want to do there. Now he's in power position. Oh, he's not going to pump it. Oh, nice bid. Pineda with a nice bid, but it is a foul.
Good effort. I really think this D's been energized. And that's going to... Whoa. Where is it?
Jumps out of bounds. Nice bid.
Trying to get the greatest down there.
So Lasser's... That was Doyle. Jacob Doyle. Okay. nice throw.
Oof.
It's a little crowded back there.
30 seconds left in this half.
Very crowded. Nice lefty throw. Someone needs to go deep now. Oh, boy. I think they might be a little tired because that's a perfect opportunity for somebody to cut deep. Oh, is that foot block or hand block? 18 seconds left. Oh, timeout.
New York calls it time.
Oh, wow. That is tough. Wow. Tough outcome for the Dogfish. That would have put them up. That would have put them down 4 with that Raj Mitra drop in the end zone.
That was big.
That was big, yep.
Smart play by Weintraub there for the Rumble. Heads up, calling a timeout with 18 seconds left. 16 seconds left in this half. See if they can get something going.
We were commenting about this. This, I believe, is the first timeout we've seen called this season on these fields for strategic conversation.
Yep.
Plenty of timeouts have been called for half-field pulls, and when the timeout is called in between goals for a half-field pull, it's only a 20-second timeout. So your timeouts, I guess, do double duty. You can, if you burn them in between, they're much shorter, which makes sense because otherwise the games could take forever.
Right.
But we were speculating that maybe they're sitting on their timeouts for.
They're resetting the clock here, adding a couple more seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, the Dogfish are putting on a little run here. I think they're looking okay. They've sort of righted the ship offensively a little bit. And they're getting Ds. But they really needed to convert that last one. If they can hold them here.
That will give them a little
lift.
Positivity, momentum going into the second half.
Absolutely.
No lead is secure with how quickly points can be scored in this game. All you need to do is get a break, turn it over,
and put it up. So from New York's perspective, regardless of whether or not they score this goal, they have to be thrilled.
I think they're so excited to be in a beautiful Bay Area on a sunny day.
I think they're staying through till tomorrow, too, so I wonder what they're going to do.
Why not?
Maybe go to Alcatraz.
Watch out.
This is the first flight this team has ever taken. On the East Coast, they travel almost exclusively via bus. So it's probably pretty fun experience for the New York players to actually travel, show up in the airport as a group and stay in hotels and stuff like that. So probably a fun weekend so far.
Go through security. It's a lot of fun.
Just checked in. Nice play. They just clear space for Brownlee.
Oh. Whoa. That was how to run a play.
Easy.
In 10 seconds less.
So that was a host stack, and what they did is they took 3 guys, all of whom ran deep and cleared space for Brownlee, and then one of them plants and comes back underneath for his quick continuation. Wow, that was easy. Nicely designed play and well executed. That'll take a little wind out of your sails.
Yeah.
Brownlee was the one guy. He started on one edge of the field. So as a defender, you're probably not anticipating him running across the entire face of the offense because there's other people there who might make it not look quite so desirable to cut across there. But that's the design of the play. Well-designed play. Easy. So calling a timeout there pays off.
Smart. Yep. Credit 1 point to Weintraub. He should get an assist for that.
Hockey assist. Point A, point 1. My. Ooh, this is 6-point half. Ouch. So with 13 seconds left, you have time to maybe attempt 2 throws here. Down to 6. 4, 3, 2. Lassiter gets it off. Is going to get tipped.
Ooh. Sanke got a hand on it, but too much green. And that wraps up the first half with New York up 12-6. A dearth of offense for the local Dogfish here. Something to think about for the second half. Been really impressed by this New York team. Coming in here with a lot of energy, good flow.
Yeah, they really have had, I feel like the strength of their offense, what we've really seen has been on breaks. You see that they'll generate a turnover, and they are just going for it. Not much hesitation. They're looking pretty, I'll use the term well-oiled, I guess, for lack of a better term. They don't look like they're struggling offensively at all, especially their D team. And maybe that's because, as we talked about, there's like 14 dudes on this team who all play on the same club team on Garden State. So there's certainly that familiarity. And when the disc gets turned over, they're just picking it up and going. And they're not really, I feel like outside of that one point of a zone defense that the Dogfish ran successfully, I feel like I have not seen their offense like really kind of stopping and starting and stopping and starting. It's just going. It's just flowing. Looks good.
We talked about some of the new players that New York signed this past week, making a contribution. Also, I feel like it's a little 80s inspiration here with, I know Irvin, I've called his name out, number 80, Sean Mott, number 81, Brownlee is 82, McGlynn, we called in for score, number 84. So a little bit of 80s action.
A little, the hits from the 80s.
Is pain stopping you from playing your best to get rid of your pain and get back to your game at G Sports Physical Therapy, the experts in sports rehabilitation? Visit our website today at gsportsphysicaltherapy.com.
Canterbury is proud to power your game as the official apparel sponsor for Major League Ultimate. Visit www.canterburys.com today, the destination for your team's custom uniforms. Canterbury, committed to Ultimate.
All right, Rubes, we'll be going into the half right now, halftime, and we'll be coming back in a few minutes for this hopefully exciting second half. It's been some good Ultimate out there today. Fun to watch. I think the win, certainly it's been a factor, but I think New York's done a better job at working with it, perhaps. And some unforced turnovers, for sure, but not as sloppy overall as we may have thought.
It's sloppy for San Francisco.
Yes. But I don't know how much that's wind or...
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it is windy. I mean, we've seen discs, bounce, and we've seen them carry and do all sorts of stuff. But, both teams are dealing with it. So, it's not like, I mean, maybe what we talked about when the game started, how these might be among the best conditions that New York has played in as it stands. There was always sort of this running theme when I was playing Ultimate that on the East Coast, tournaments typically there was one day that was terrible weather,
right?
Rain, wind, you name it, and another day was nice. And on the West Coast, we never had to deal with that, really. It was either the whole thing is a mess and it's just terrible conditions all the time, and that was pretty unusual, or generally speaking, better conditions because the winters are so much milder and whatnot. So I always felt like East Coast players generally handled wind better than West Coast players.
Right.
Because especially as they grew up in college, they played college Ultimate, they spent their entire college career playing in the early spring going into the early summer. And we all know it rains or snows or you name it, just much more weather is happening than it is in California or the Western United States in general. So maybe we're seeing that now. These guys are they're not deterred by wind. Wind does not bother them.
And you mentioned it earlier, they're playing with a sense of freedom, of playfulness, if you will. No pressure at all. Obviously, they've had a rough start to the season, whereas the Dogfish are coming in having played a tough team in Portland last week and shown in spots played very well against a very good team, something very positive they can take with them. And I wonder if maybe they overlooked this team a little bit. Just looking at the record, maybe they thought they'd come in, they'd be able to just walk right through it the way they played last week, but certainly not the case.
In all honesty, I overlooked this team.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that that's unusual. Like you said, based on the record and the fact that they're traveling cross country, you just assume those two things are going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to win.
Right.
But
You've got to show up, though,
yeah,
regardless
absolutely.
of who
They
you're
have
playing.
not shown up in this half. That's a
Exactly.
very good way to put it. Definitely. So if they can just fewer mistakes, fewer drops, like they've shown they can generate Ds. They just did a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
So just be better. I mean, it's very difficult as a coach to basically shake your team and say something to the effect of suck less. You know,
Right.
it's not the message you want to send. You want to try to identify one thing you actually can control.
There were a couple of points where I felt like their defense was really energized in the second quarter. They had some great layout Ds that turned into scores, and that was something that, you know, it felt like New York was just running up and down the field very easily and putting that pressure on. We saw it when New York was stuck in the end zone there, and they threw a little zone against them there, and they could only go horizontal with the disc, and then that resulted in a turnover. So something to get that energy up on D for sure.
Yeah.
I think the offense will come. All right, with about 9 minutes left in this halftime break, we will be back with more Major League Ultimate in a few minutes. Thank you. is they'll get the first cut, but then the second cut won't be. They're not anticipating that second cut.
Well, that's the whole thing about a vert stack, is that if you kind of know if you practice it enough, the thing that's really beneficial about a vert stack, there's two that stand out to me, and this is what Coach Seidler was when I was talking about him earlier, about the offense earlier. This is what he was saying, is that in a horizontal stack, it gives the defender on one of the cutters on the host stack, usually the guy on the outside, it gives that person kind of free reign to poach. He does not need to pay attention to his person, because his person is all the way on a sideline and pretty much out of the play. So a vert stack should give you two things. You should be able to identify poachers, particularly as a thrower. You can look at the stack. Ideally, it's lined up down the middle of the field. You should see where everybody is. And you can identify, like, well, there's a defender who's over here, so where's the guy that guy is covering? So you should be able to identify poaches. But also as a cutter, since you have two giant open lanes on opposite sides of the field, if you can anticipate a disc swinging to an open handler on one side of the field, then you can set up your cut in that big bowling alley pretty effectively. And then, like you said, the second cut isn't the one that's coming. Well, again, it's like that same, it's just rinse and repeat, right? It's the same thing. You are seeing that cutter working in that bowling alley, and as soon as that person plants and you think, okay, now he's open, then you should be able to set up a cut off of that. But that has not been happening.
I have to say, the sun, it's so bright, so hot out here. First time ever I've seen fans on the other side of the field in the bleachers, because there's some trees over there giving them some shade.
Yeah, nice.
Just hanging out in the shade.
You're far from the treats, though, if you're over there. All right, well, let's see if the Dogfish can at least start this half off positively. Get a goal. Get a first score here. Yeah, Brownlee is just blanketing Young. Nice break. And Arua was open. Ooh, lefty. Cloud with the disc. Nice break. Where's it continue? Not there. Nice D. Whoever's defending Arua just did a nice job of denying an immediate goal. It's a little messy. Oh, Cloud. Got to step out on that backhand. Oh, that was too small a window.
Nope.
Foul called?
Interesting.
That's a foul. The New York player in complete disbelief. Number 27, Justin Carter. Who, me? Who, me, ref?
Good D again right there.
Very nice D.
Denying San Francisco.
Sonke got completely shut down in the front of the stack. And Jaeger tries to jam it into something that he sees that nobody else sees.
Honestly, not really many options there for him.
Ooh, pretty good D here. New York's a little packed in. Ooh, nice break.
Marquez with a hammer.
Oh, my.
Dogfish just chasing here. Chasing after the D.
Oh, wow.
Well, pretty much a continuation of the first half. New York coming out with energy, with ease, with flow on offense, and some great D to deny the Dogfish on a couple of occasions there. One was a foul, but then the second time they were even a little closer, just about the 5-yard line, and just really good D, and it forced him to throw a pass that really wasn't there.
Yeah, great D on the front of the stack. The front stack offense, front stack defense, especially in an end zone there, is critical. And Sonke got shut down in the front, and Jaeger has been around for a while, and he knows that what he should do is look for something other than trying to stuff it into the end zone. But this also repeats the theme of what we saw in the first half. New York gets a turn, and what do? Score.
Yep.
They have been converting a lot of breaks this game. As soon as they see that disc down, they see a turnover, they are Blood in the water. They're circling like sharks. They're the sharks this game so far. And that's unfortunate also because it was pretty nice looking O to get it down there on San Francisco's part.
Ouch.
A late bid by Andrew O. Young. Nice move by Cloud. Little jab step. Wow, nice throw. Goldstein to Cloud for the goal. Nice move by Cloud. He takes three jab steps in, freezes his guy, and then goes deep.
That's encouraging. Good offensive set there by the Dogfish. You know, just to go back to that last play when they had it on the 5 and they couldn't get it in. I think they had too many players on the end zone side that there was no dump option there. It got a little crowded there in the end zone. Sometimes you just need to clear out and let someone, you know, make some space for someone to make a cut in there.
Usually what you'll do, or what you'll see a lot, is most of these teams will run a vert stack where the first guy in the vert stack is the ISO'd person.
Right.
And in that case, the first person in the stack got totally shut down, which happens. It's not that unusual. But then you got to
have other options.
have a plan B.
Yep.
Trying to thread an inside out to the back of the stack under these conditions is not a good idea. Takes a New York roll. Coming down man. Ooh, Brownlee with a little shake.
So open. So much space.
Man.
Wow. What?
Goal. Wow.
I don't get it.
Me neither. I mean, I feel bad that we're both sort of dumbstruck by the fact that New York's offense just looks so great. They're just like, it looks so easy, but I don't understand how someone can be that open unless
So
there's
many
some
times.
confusion on there have been multiple massive defensive breakdowns where people are open by he was open by 30 yards.
Yeah, and when you're playing a man, that should never happen.
That should never happen. I can see Brownlee getting the disc underneath, sure. He's clearly the third person in that string. So defensively, the Dogfish just I said it earlier, they look to me like the team that has traveled. They look heavy-footed. They look tired. And, you know, being down 7 at home in a team that, and I'm sure they came into this game thinking, oh, we got this. And it is definitely demoralizing, but you got to find a way to dig and make it competitive. Nice swing. So, woo! Wow.
That was Irvin with a nice bid there.
Cloud is working now. Now you're seeing Cloud kind of take over a little bit. Oh boy, that is not what you want. It's a decent cut by Lassiter, an upline cut from the inside, but it's a terrible throw by Nero, lefty backhand that gets gobbled. No, excuse me, by Serrano.
It's a foul there.
Foul on Lassiter. He fouls O'Connor.
And there they go. This one's going to hang up. Ooh,
Good chance at it.
oh, wow. Both players getting tangled up there. Great read.
Nice catch with the defender on his back.
I believe that was Jacob Doyle. And it's just like they're teeing off. It's like, all right, we know we can go deep on these guys. Let's just do it. Let's do it until we can't do it.
Well, and what are they throwing hucks deep? Backhands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we've seen every huck so far has been a backhand huck, which means it's probably a broken mark. So it's probably a broken mark that leads off to that throw, that leads up to that throw being able to get off. So that's just effort. That's effort on part of the Dogfish defenders. Like, you got to be closer. You cannot let somebody just bomb backhands unmarked because anybody can do it. And when it's windy, you need to take every opportunity you have to huck a backhand. Now, granted, Nate Young is in good position to actually make a play on that disc. So that's just a great catch. but still that huck got off and it's a backhand. Flick hucks are very difficult. Lassiter just demonstrates it. That's a tough throw. Oh. So just a little drop, just kind of bounces a little bit. Nice catch by Shaw.
Good swing.
Hear the squawk from the crowd. The defender had a decent shot.
I love how quickly Sankei got up and got rid of the disc there.
Nice break. Now they kind of need to drop into some kind of... Oh, nice throw.
Oh, nice, Goldstein.
Great throw by Goldstein. Sneaky. So, what I would like to see in this... What I would really love to see from the Dogfish for the rest of this half is I'd like to see Goldstein and Cloud start to be more involved. Because both of them are still cutting hard and they're moving fast. They're both good throwers and they're both fast guys and good cutters. So hopefully offensively we can see them start to lean on those two guys a little bit more. New York still has a 7-goal lead though, so.
Yeah. I don't know how much that injury is affecting Sankei's performance today, but we haven't seen him handle as much as he usually does.
Well, from New York's perspective, they're getting the disc up to their cutters, and then the cutters are throwing cutter to cutter.
Yeah.
From San Francisco's perspective, they're getting the disc up to a cutter, and then it just stops.
Yeah.
And then they have to go back, and then they dump it, and they swing it a couple more times, and they go up again, and then it stops. So New York's flow is much, much, much better. It's Brownlee. Backhand.
There goes Mott. Oh, wow. Mott using that height.
Now, see, Taylor's holding both hands up. He's basically saying, why does that throw get off? And the reason that that throw got off is because it's the throw that precedes it.
Yep.
So the throw that preceded that huck was a backhand that was thrown to space that Brownlee can run under, and he's got his defender on his back. So then Brownlee just turns around and yanks a backhand down the line. Now, Pineda got in position to make it float a little bit more than it should have, but you just cannot let that off. These
Brownlee,
markers.
yeah, we've seen Brownlee all day long. When he gets the disc to make a throw, there's nobody within 10 yards of him.
And he is very fast, and the guys on this team know that. So what they're doing is they're throwing it, they're putting it 20 yards in front of him or something like that. Let him run underneath it. So as a team, as markers, they just got to make it harder for them to throw those around breaks. Oops. Edelman just turfs it. It's a travel.
Sankei helping out the
called
official.
it, but he doesn't have a whistle. So New York's also running a single dump for its stack. Walker to the sideline. Ooh, interesting. A little push off. Oh, just a little drop there from 80, from Irvin. Nice Cloud. And there's Goldstein again. So Cloud and Goldstein, you're starting to see them pay dividends a little bit more. There we are. Oh, that's tough. Let's see if Nero can read it. Oh, he just got shoved in the back, too.
Yeah.
But I don't think the ref's going to call that. That went over both guys' heads.
That was not going to be catchable for either of those guys.
It's just a bad throw, but maybe the right idea, but poorly executed. Woo.
Ooh.
Nice adjustment. Oh, and these guys.
Meeser.
I mean, this is what we're talking about. Nice rip. Number 41.
Oh, he might be injured.
I think he's okay. He just sort of
landed funny.
Landed a little bit awkwardly.
That was Mark Sands with the score there.
Is it a travel or is it a goal? It's a goal.
Yeah, that's a goal.
So, New York, like we said earlier, they're just playing.
Yep.
He gets the Meeser just gets the goal on the sideline, doesn't even think about it. He's just throwing it as hard as he can out to space, and letting somebody run underneath it. They're running roughshod over the Dogfish right now.
17-8 now. The Rumble up with a little over 4 minutes to go in this third quarter.
There is literally no margin for error anymore.
No.
If they can somehow get off a 3-point run here for the Dogfish, then maybe they have a shot in the fourth quarter. But they cannot have any more offensive mistakes. Period. And if they do, if this gets up to 19, they're done. If they're down by 11, they're not going to make up that sort of margin.
That was so creepy.
And the defense obviously has to get stops.
Yes.
Nice pull.
On the downwind side, they want to work it to the upwind side if they can.
Good D here.
Yep. That's nice break. Oh, he had him. Hubbard had him, but he decided not to throw it.
No time.
He had Watson. Watson had his guy beat underneath. Hubbard looked him off and then attempted something else. Ooh, a floater. Nice catch. Going backwards. Ooh, inside out rip. Nice.
Wow.
Great throw.
Great throw.
That's a phenomenal throw.
That's the throw of the day right there.
Casino.
Unbelievable.
Wow. On the money. That was completely cross field. Inside out forehand to Watson. Great throw. Awesome throw.
Whew.
So let's see if the Dogfish can do anything here on D. And just kind of see if you can get on D and stay on D. Stay on serve. If you come down hard man, that's great. But you got to hold your doggone mark. Stop the arounds. Do not let them move the disc to the upwind side, because that's what they've been doing. They've been moving it to the upwind. New York moves the disc to the upwind side effectively and then hucks from that side. They've been getting off those backhand bombs all game like we just talked about. I haven't seen one flick huck from them yet. Have we seen one?
No. Last time in this situation, the Dogfish did a really good job on defense.
This is last week against Portland, right?
No, I'm talking about in this game when
okay.
they forced the
they
Rumble
zoned
into a
here,
turnover.
yep.
They just, there was nothing going up. It was all horizontal.
Looks like they're coming back down with their zone again. Yeah, Dogfish are doing a much better job of not letting sort of this move through the cut, move upfield. That's okay. A little, very short passes are acceptable. Oh, great throw. Nice read.
Wow.
Oh, darn it.
Great bid, though.
Now you got to calm down.
That was Finkler there.
Woo! Nice cutoff by number 81. It nearly D's it. Nice little dish.
There goes
space.
Pineda. Nope.
Pineda's open. There we are. Nice.
Yes. Well, the Rumble did get the disc up, and it was a tough throw. It would have been a very difficult catch. It would have been an amazing catch, and it was just the turf that knocked the disc out.
Yeah.
But good job with the pressure, forcing that tough throw.
Williams actually, for the Dogfish number 2, was in the correct defensive position. He cut the angle on the throw, and it trailed over both of them, which made that catch really tough. And it's just very difficult to pancake catch and maintain possession when you hit the ground. And that's exactly what happened. He got 2 hands on it, but then he hit and just kind of spilled out.
The Dogfish, for the first time, have to put 2, 3, 4 unanswered points together. Making some substitutions to give some of those.
Yeah, Goldstein and Cloud in on D, which I think is the first time we might have seen them today. And Watson in as well. Okay. Now. Hold the mark. Oh, interesting. Little barbecue backhand. Nice D by Fisk.
That intensity on D has really stepped up here.
Fisk's third D of the game. Fisk underneath. There's Goldstein. Oh, he's open. Good. Genius is uncovered. Now somebody's got to move here. Nice crossfield throw to Serrano. Easy now. Wow.
Ooh.
To Cloud.
Cloud scooping in there on their nice cut in.
So Goldstein and Cloud, like I predicted, or what I'd hoped to see, they're starting to pay some dividends here in the second half. Both guys are still moving well, looking quick.
That's three.
Right place at the right time there. 3 in a row.
We did get a little intel that this New York team can have some struggles in the third quarter after building up a lead. Getting a little tired, perhaps.
Maybe so, yeah. I think like sort of in terms of their body clock, it's not, you know, what is it? It's 4:30, so it's 7:30 their time. It's not like they're ready for bed or anything like that.
No.
But yeah, the travel might be starting to catch up with them. So the zone has been effective. Last couple points, like you said, that they ran it quite effectively. So they kind of settled in a little bit and made it so it's not so Swiss cheesy. Less of a sieve.
See Shane Tracy out there for the Dogfish.
Nice pull. It's going to hit and roll. Ooh. Out in their junk again, out in their zone. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Nice catch. That could have been disastrous.
That was Mott there, scooping that up.
Nice pressure on the mark. Oh, wow. Oh,
ouch.
That's a dangerous play.
Yeah, sorry.
It's an incredible catch. Wow. Great catch by Lee.
Yeah, it's going to give him the armband there for making a dangerous play, cutting under him when he was in the air.
That is a tough play because Lee came from the opposite half of the field, and Williams was already on the half of the field the disc was thrown on, so I don't know if he has any notion that he's even down there.
Yeah.
Pineda. Oh, great D by Pineda.
Wow.
Weintraub, covering Weintraub, just rips it out of there. Put in the end zone. Wow, nice catch by Tracy. Double team. Very nice. Way to get it off. Very easy. It's Williams.
No. Looking him off. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, Brownlee's our man.
Don't want to throw it near him.
No. Brownlee is way too fast. Shane is bigger, but Brownlee's faster. Wow. Cheap turnover.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a foul. Wait, I think there was a foul before the I'm going to probably put 10 seconds back on.
Yeah.
Put 10 seconds back on. It's a foul in the end zone. Dogfish really need this one.
Go.
Here we are. Disc is in. Oh, very nice.
Wow.
Lefty backhand.
Woo!
From Pineda. Sort of a bookend.
Yeah.
He gets the disc, rips the D out of there, and throws a little
Sweet assist.
cheeky lefty backhand for the goal.
I think that's 4 in a row now for the
Four in a row for the
Dogfish.
Dogfish, yep.
On a little run right here.
So yeah, maybe fatigue is starting to finally play. Brownlee does not look tired, that's for sure. But we've seen a couple of honestly just mistakes, like poorly executed throws. Like that's the first thing that goes. If you feel like you can make a throw 99 times out of 100, by the time you're tired, let's drop that to 90. You're just not as sharp.
Yeah. Point out a good exchange there between Lee and Williams after that rough hit there and slapping of hands. I think Lee knew it wasn't an intentional on Williams. He was just being aggressive and trying to make a play.
Yeah, it's sort of a unfortunate timing in the sense that they met at the same time, and they both made a read on the disc, and they met basically right at the same moment. The only problem was Lee was in the air because he had a better read on it than Williams did.
And it was a great catch by Lee.
I'll say.
Oh, they're
That's gonna be
back to the
short.
huck now, but
Ooh.
oh,
Wow, that got over everybody.
yeah.
Shane Carley was the closest Dogfish defender, but it goes over everybody. All right, well, the Dogfish finishing off the half with a flurry, 3 in a row. Or the quarter, excuse me.
Bring the deficit down to 5 now.
Canterbury, the performance apparel partner to Major League Ultimate. Visit www.canterburyus.com today, the destination for your team's custom uniforms. Canterbury, committed to Ultimate.
Skippy, the official peanut butter of the San Francisco Dogfish, made with the funnest peanuts ever. Skippy, yippee.
Yippee.
I want to be on the team that separates the funnest with the not quite as fun peanuts.
You
Not
think
as fun. Fun, not so fun.
they're different colors or body
Rejected.
paint or
You're no good. You're a bit dour.
yes.
You're kind of melancholy. No, not for you.
You look boring. And you're a cashew. You're not allowed. So, Dogfish here, I feel like they built a lot of that momentum and close that out on the backs of Fisk, three Ds, Pineda, nice D, and the assist. Casino with a unbelievable crossfield inside-out forehand for the goal. Goldstein and Cloud are both, you're starting to see them pay dividends as well. For New York, Brownlee's still doing it. How many Ds does he have today? 3? 4? He was already leading the league, and has not slowed down at all. So let's see. If you're in New York here, all you got to do is just keep it together,
Definitely was a tale of two cities in that third quarter, with the energy, especially on defense, rising for the Dogfish, and perhaps a little bit of a lag there for New York. And we'll see which team comes out for this last quarter.
Dogfish did get a touch lucky there. Casino has the disc trapped on this sideline with nothing. And then he has to throw some, kind of a wobbly 10-foot forehand that Shane Tracy lays out to dig out. I would really love to see them move the disc a little more effectively off this sideline.
Yeah.
But it worked out that one time. So, what is it? We got a minute till the final quarter starts. So, 5-point game. Dogfish, I believe, started out on offense to start this half. So, they'll probably start out on D, which, honestly, if I was them, I might like. The thing about windy days and runs in Ultimate is that it's just turnovers can come fast and furious when it's windy.
Yeah.
And we just the first two in that point, we definitely saw some quick ones, some quick goals. So it's to suggest that you want to get on D on stay on D is it's obvious, because that means you're always scoring and then you're coming out on D. But you can definitely do it on days like today. New York did it in that first half. They got on D and they stayed on D. So let's see what kind of energy the Dogfish have after they generate the D. Can they have the same kind of energy that the Rumble had, get the block, and then just go off to the races?
Coach of the Dogfish, Seiler, was conferring with the refs there, deciding which way they were going to throw off, testing out the wind. Does seem to be going at south to north.
Well, there's two flags that we can see from here. One is an American flag and one is a California flag, and they're on the same flagpole, and yet they're pointing in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So that should give you some indication for the viewers at home that the wind here is just weird.
Swirly.
Yeah, very strange. And I think also, I think it's different. I actually think the wind is different at different heights. Like you get around head level and down on the field, it feels a little more steady, and then you get it up 10 feet, and it's totally different. Okay, Dogfish on D.
If they keep all their throws at waist level, they'll be fine.
If they can just make New York work a little bit here, don't just let them throw 3-4 throws to score a goal. At least they stall them out a little bit. Good, they're stalling them here a bit. Nice pump fake. Back to the center to Lee. Nice D by Fisk on the undercut. Oh, Edelman slipped. He was in decent. And there's that backhand. Oh, great catch.
Yeah, he was in.
Great catch by number 81.
That's Mott.
So again, back to what they was working for him earlier, backhand hucks. Can't let that one off.
Good attempt there for Sheridan. Got in the area. Made a bid on it.
Great catch by
but
Mott. Nice
great
two-handed catch. Pretty close to the sideline too. Manages to keep both feet in. Good catch.
Good throw. Had a little zing on it. Didn't hang up there.
You need some zing out here. It's going to quiet the crowd a little bit. So Dogfish back on O. I want to see Cloud and I want to see Goldstein. I want to see them get the disc downfield and throw to one another. Except Cloud's not. Oh, Cloud is there. Goldstein's open, but Jaeger. Oh, that's going to work. Goldstein stopped. Nice. Very nice. Goldstein actually broke his cutoff as Jaeger was winding up his backhand, but Jaeger threw the disc with enough touch that Goldstein could find the disc and run under it for the goal.
Pretty close to your prediction. It was a Jaeger-Goldstein combo there.
Yeah, the two of them just look real. Goldstein and Cloud just look real springy, real spry to me. They look like they can hang with the young Rumble legs.
I like to call them Jaeger and Goldschlager. It's a delicious combination.
What is it about those crazy European drinks? So much sugar. Goldschlager, you're taking me back to my college days.
Made with real gold.
Real gold, because that's what you want to eat. All right, so we're back to a 5-point game. They're in striking distance here. Their zones going this way have been very good. So let's see if they can pull it off again. New York's seen it twice, though, so they might be able 3 times. So I wonder if they'll make any adjustments that's going to net them some positive results. Oh, very good.
Great throw.
Good.
Dig it out.
Dig it out, yep.
Get that double team on there.
Yeah, I don't know. You want a double team? I don't know if they actually want to double team there because it just opens up throwing angles. Okay, now they're in man. Tough transition to man so far. It hasn't been very smooth. Now they're in it. Oh, wow. I thought Raj was going to have a shot at that. Ooh. Oh,
Yikes.
Oh, unlucky. Williams was on Brownlee, and he abandoned him to go make a play on the disc, and Brownlee just dropped it.
Some contact there, and Williams is going to come out hobbling.
Brownlee made the right play. He was trailing at that disc, started to tail left towards the middle of the field, and he feels his guy just leave him because that throw was to the other cutter, and it's just an unfortunate drop.
Dogfish taking that opportunity to make a couple substitutions. Sonke also
and
comes
Lassiter.
in. Yep. Get more offense out there.
Nice break around. It just looks kind of scattered, you know. They got it. Wow. Nice D by number 32. Great block.
Klimkowski.
One of the new kids.
Ooh, into space.
Oh,
Great throw.
sneaky. To Zoo.
Good job, the rumble there.
Definitely. Great block.
Taking some of the momentum away.
So that's just sort of what we talked about earlier in terms of the offense, like stopping and starting. That disc moves to the middle of the field, and then it just pump the brakes, everybody. Let's stop. And everyone's out of position. Like the stack's not real clean. So something to work on in the future.
Somehow the rumble just dug down, and I feel like after that, losing some of the points in that third quarter, they came out with their first half team in these first few minutes here.
Absolutely.
A lot of
And you know
energy.
that shot to Brownlee, that's a good shot. He probably would have. He just dropped it. And then what does it do? It puts the disc down in the opposite end zone, and close turnover, and then a quick goal. That's a great way to throw a half field pole. Because it's got so much pace on it that you don't want to touch it. Did that land in or did it land out?
I don't think it landed in. It should go to the...
It landed out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. That is pretty much the last thing you want to do when you spend a timeout to pull from half field. But everything about that looked pretty good, except it did not land in. Oh, Brownlee, another D. Nice D by Yeager. Pretty good D so far. Let's see if they can stop it from getting around. Nero stops the around. Inside out forehand. Oh. Sonke out of position. Brownlee is... What is going on? Injury?
Uh-oh. That's Yeager.
Yeager. Looks like a calf, maybe? Yeah, I think he's cramping. So I guess they're going to walk it back to when the injury occurred. Now, Brownlee on Sonke is could be problematic for the Dogfish because Gabe is basically on one leg. But he stopped the around. That was good. Good. Stop the around again. Doing a better job of stopping the around here.
Ooh.
Wow.
Little bump there, but no call.
Got a row.
Sonke getting
Lots of open
physical.
people. Oh, nice throw. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Nice catch by Fisk.
Wow, that got scary. It hung up there just a little too long.
It looked like what we talked about earlier, right? It looks great coming off the hand, and then the next thing you know, it's going to stand up in the wind. 5-point game.
Credit to Sonke for starting that with some hard D there on Brownlee. Getting physical.
That's just, that might also be that fatigue we're talking about. The thrower probably put it, that's a little higher than he probably would have liked to have thrown that.
Mm-hmm.
make it a tougher catch than it needs to be for Brownlee. I mean, I know the guy is all-world athletic, but you don't need to make him show it off every time. Just sometimes just hit him in the red basket. But better job of the Dogfish defense on that point. They did not allow them to swing it all the way to the upwind side, and you can see it starts to pay dividends when you really sell out on take away that around. Don't let them have free throws to that upfield side, to the upwind side.
Williams back in the game for the Dogfish. Looks like he stretched out that calf, maybe. Or...
Yeah, Jaeger came out with a cramp, I'm pretty sure, and Williams did as well. It often happens late in the game where you do a lot of jumping. You jump and your calf just locks up on you.
Yeah.
Easy underneath pass. Oops, a little confusion in the backfield there. They tried to hand off Mott, and neither guy really defended him. Just walking it up here. Got to put some pressure on these. Lee with the disc. Nice break. Nice break. Nice inside out
there, getting open space.
Nice inside out break from Lee.
One of the new players again.
Back to 6.
Dogfish running out of time now. Well, 6.5.
They made a game of it here in this quarter, but they need to run off another. They need another 3-point run to get it close. They also have to figure out a way to not just be trailing their guy on defense so much. Like, anticipate where he's going a little bit and, decide to take something away. What are you taking away? Are you going to front a little bit? Are you going to play behind your guy and push him underneath? Like, don't just let them have whatever they want. Make them take what you give them, but take something away. Nice. Ooh, nice bid. There's Cloud. To Young. Cloud is still open. Ooh. Now attack. Oh, gosh. If your guy's ever lying on the ground, attack, attack, attack. It's a foul. Big point here. Riggs needs to be smart. Nice.
Wow. I like that quick release.
A little high release. Lefty, that's the second one we saw throw in this game so far. Pineda threw one.
Yep.
And Riggs right there.
Both effective.
5-point game. So that's what they're doing. We talked about this earlier. It looks to me like they're just isolating the first guy in the stack. And that's the throw that you, as long as you and he both know it, you can get away with throwing that. Assuming you don't get a hand block back in your face.
Right.
So that was Dogfish. Oh, they held there. That's the rare hold in this game. They've been broken a lot. So it's good to see them just kind of march it up. So if I am the Dogfish, it looks to me, based upon who's on the field for the Rumble right now, Lee 77 seems to be their kind of centering handler. He's the guy that's running the offense, seems to be running through from the handler's perspective, and obviously Brownlee. But let's see if they can just not let them work it to the upwind side again, as they did in that previous point of D that resulted in break. For somebody like Coach Seidler, who played for the Condors and the Black Tide, that's the kind of thing just must be maddening. Oh, wow. Nice rip. Nice break. Great backhand chuck by Lee. Man, too easy.
Yeah. When you have the wind on your side and they've been making those deep throws into the end zone quickly, you just got to anticipate that.
Well, and we have seen that they are not afraid to huck backhands.
Yeah.
Anybody, it looks like. That was Lee. That's just a nice inside-out backhand huck. His marker came down at sort of an odd angle. He was a little too, I would say, describe it as too far outside. He's not coming down directly at him and taking away the shot right down the middle of the field. He was kind of running down on Lee's, kind of towards his right shoulder. So Lee sees him there, and he can just step out to his left and basically pull. That was said, for all intents and purposes, that was a pull.
Right.
Fisk does not know the disc is coming until it's already basically past him.
And you can only do that, get that throw off when there's no pressure.
Yeah,
pretty much.
and there have been a lot of times where there's been no pressure on these guys. So it looks like they're in a vert stack. It's Goldstein again. Nice throw. Very nice. Oh, great catch.
Wow. That could be the MLU offensive catch of the week.
Nice catch by Young. I don't know what they talked about in the half, but their vert stack all of a sudden is looking a little cleaner. That was a great example of vertical stack cutting. Disc swings out to a sideline. Goldstein plants, has his guy beaten underneath. Young sees that Goldstein's open underneath, so he starts his cut deep. And what he's going to do there is he's going to keep running until either he feels like his guy is on him, he looks back and he sees the thrower give him a big pump fake, which is going to communicate to him that he needs to plant his feet and then come back underneath. Or, and this was my trick, you wait until you hear an up call. Or you just run until you hear an up call, especially if you're open. Nice throw by Goldstein. Great cut. So 5-point game with 5 minutes left. They got time here. They just got to not give up the quick ones. That last goal from Lee was just so easy. Make these guys work. Make the Rumble work a little bit.
Not sure how many timeouts the Dogfish have left, but that's something to think about, being able to use those on a pull.
There's Mott. Oh! Nice read. Nice poach D by Serrano. No. Oh, wow. That's.
Yep.
I was just saying, no, do not. Oh, gosh. They're calling a foul on someone. I think
they're calling it on New York, but
he's waving.
He's waving it off.
Watson's waving it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good spirit there.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he had no read on that.
No.
That's unfortunate. That's just a poor choice of throws by Hubbard. Ooh, wow. Blady, and it works. Oh, travel called. The big around blade, bold under conditions such as these. Double
that
team.
travel's going to give the Dogfish time to set up, getting some D now.
That is a tough time to give the disc back, though. You just get the disc at the 30, get a D at the 30. Brownlee with the disc. Oh, gosh. All right, well, Dogfish avoid disaster there. So now they need to be able to get it off the line. Oh, wow. Under the circumstances, that is okay. Put it downfield, make him come back the whole way. Dogfish's D has been looking a little bit better in this quarter.
Couple of 11s battling each other there. Zoo and Serrano.
Yeah, Sheridan attempts the shot. Timeout.
Well, here's another strategy timeout here.
They're going to need to get a D here practically immediately. You have 3 minutes left. You're down 5. Teams can score pretty quick. I'd say 20 to 30 seconds a point. You need 5 of them. You're looking at 2.5 minutes, give or take.
Yeah.
That turnover from Hubbard is sort of, it really is unacceptable. You got to know the moment a little bit and recognize the state of the game and where you are. Like, you have the disc on the 20 going into your own end zone and you're down 4 in a very windy day. You don't throw to people running away from you to the back cone. I would always call that, I have forever called that the worst throw in Ultimate. Like, there are a handful of people who could actually execute it, but I swear I've seen that thing turned over. I lost track how many times I saw that kind of throw get turned over. You're standing on the same third of the field and you're throwing it to beyond somebody who's cutting basically straight away from you. There's no angle. There's no window for you to throw into. Just a really bad time to attempt that throw.
Yeah, and that's a situation where you just want to get the disc into the hand of one of your handlers.
Mm-hmm.
Let them make a decision.
That's the thing, like, you know, they talk about on different pro teams, you know, there's rules that apply to certain guys. Like, you know, I'm sure on the Warriors, for example, no one's allowed to throw half-court threes except, they say, no one can shoot half-court threes, but everyone goes, except that guy.
Right.
Except Steph. So even on that throw, where I'm talking to what I, think is a terrible throw, there are some people who can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not one of those people, don't do it.
Don't try it.
Yeah. And if they end up not scoring this point and end up losing, by 2, you can't necessarily point directly back at that, but that is a big momentum swing if they can punch that in with 3:30 remaining and be within 4. Oh, wow. The double team's been giving a lot of trouble.
Ooh.
Nice.
Perfect throw.
Okay, that could not have worked out any better for the Dogfish.
Only a few seconds off the clock.
They get the D on the first throw. Only, 7 seconds ran off? And now they're only down 4. Wow. That is a big turn of events.
Score on one throw.
Wow. Making a game of it, only a 4-point game. There is enough time here. If they can, if the Dogfish can prevent the Rumble from eating too much time, maybe generate a D in the first 20 to 30 seconds of each possession, but then they got to score. Obviously, I'm stating the obvious.
And if I'm the Rumble, I don't try to do anything different. Don't think about milking the clock.
No.
Just play the way you've been playing.
Don't think. I think they're honestly been doing really well just playing. Just have fun, run around, throw crazy stuff. Good pull.
Great hang.
Really nice pull. Coming out force backhand. They just switched their mark for the first time this game. And it works. Oh, wow.
Not sure I like that, but
Sheridan with the
works.
nice D. Nice offense. Take your time. Really got to punch this one in. Be calm. Oh, good. Get it in Taylor's hands.
there's
Nice
Pineda.
and calm.
Oh,
Yep, foul call.
yeah. Pineda was wide open on the right side.
Casino's the guy on the field at this moment you want with the disc in his hands. Okay, I think maybe it wasn't whistled live.
Looks like they're going to center the disc.
Clock is still running while they try to figure out what's going on.
Stop time.
Doesn't stop until 1 minute to go, I believe.
Stop time.
Hold on. I think maybe need to adjust the clock. We've easily lost 15 seconds on them trying to figure out what the heck is going on here.
No, he's pointing the clock.
Yeah, okay. They're going to put some time back on. We're going to put it back to 2 minutes. Okay, there we go. Looks like they've got Fisk ISO'd in the front of the stack. Whoa, very nice.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yee.
3-point game with 2 minutes to go.
Yikes. Who would have thought this would turn into a nail biter?
Yeah. The Dogfish were down like 7 in this game earlier, I want to say.
7 or 8?
At least.
I think 8.
They were getting drubbed. Absolutely, positively killed.
Wow.
But conditions like these, they lend themselves to big runs because you have one turnover and then it just it just compounds, and they can come quick too. It can come off as something as simple as a centering pass off of a pole play or something of that nature, where the disc pops, or it does a little jump just before it hits your hands or whatever. So, wow. I always like to say there's no such thing as a routine play in the wind.
Crowd getting into it now, stopping, calling for some defense here.
There's Brownlee. They're just playing him under, which is probably smart. Oh, wow. Nice little inside-out break. Oh, wow.
Ooh. That would have been a great catch.
That would have been a great catch. It was a nice inside-out.
It was there.
Inside-out backhand from Brownlee. Now they got to go to the well. They got to dig. Got to dig. Make it happen. That's going to get... Ooh, wow. I would not threaten. I would not challenge that guy. Now, see... Janinas did the right thing there. He gets the disc and he immediately faces the break side. Oh, Huck to Sheridan. Nice.
Oh, what
Great
a
box
read.
out. Perfect read.
Swinging it out to Williams. Look.
Wow. Very nice. Williams to Serrano.
Wow. All right. There's a minute left and a 2-point differential here.
Whatever buttons were not being pushed in the first 3 quarters have been pushed in the fourth.
Some tension here.
Yeah, I mean, anxiety, maybe a little. This is what you get from young, new teams. Complete lack of consistency.
Yep.
The Dogfish were awful earlier in this game, and now they look good. And the Rumble were absolutely unstoppable, and now it's just mistakes too. Like that was just a drop, but it was a throw that was thrown a hair behind the cutter, and maybe a little harder than it needed to be. So the Dogfish making a game of it here. They need to put pressure on immediately here off this pull. Just go down, get on your guy, and just stay in his shorts from this point until the turn. Oh my goodness! I had talked about it. That's what we were just talking about.
Tight.
Oh! Oh! Gosh!
Yikes!
Lassiter just with the drop, 2-hand drop.
He is injured. Gonna sit out. Jaeger's coming back in.
Oh my gosh, that is just brutal. You have the gift of all gifts. They just throw it into the ground 20 feet out of their own end zone, and then you have a drop going the other way. Wow. Pretty good D. Uh-oh. Someone is very open deep. Edelman is in position.
Oh, I don't think that was catchable either way.
This game's over anyway.
So high.
Ready, go.
Clock is running. It's a foul. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a little too late for San Francisco.
Go.
New York could just toss the disc around here.
Yeah. Dogfish just have to let New York do something. Get this.
Nice break.
Good throw.
Yeah.
Oh. But that's going to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much your game right there.
Well, they made it interesting.
They did make it interesting. Unfortunately, man, so you can look back 2 huge turnovers late in this game. The one from Hubbard with about 4 minutes left. They eventually scored that goal. but they ended up eating probably at least a minute off the clock in between when he turned it over and when they got it back. That would have put him within 4 with abundant time. And this drop that we just saw from Lassiter, they probably could have scored pretty quickly because most of New York was on their heels because they had just turned it over off of the pole.
Yeah. There was that major drop in the end zone. That was an easy 1 point.
It's just
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's just that, you know, we've watched them play. We've watched the Dogfish play Portland. Portland is clearly better. We watched them play Vancouver. Vancouver, I think, remains to be seen what we're going to get out of them. So it was interesting to watch these guys play against the team that sort of we would describe in their same caliber, but just disappointing way to come out after a really, really terrible first half. What turned out to be a very good second half for the Dogfish, but just not quite enough. Those two big turnovers late, one in particular, just sunk the ship.
Dogfish scored 6 points in the first half, 13 in the second half, but just a couple short.
Yep, and to New York's credit, they came out here and they looked free and easy. They were running and gunning. As soon as they generated a turn, off to the races, and they are not afraid to put up bombs. They converted way more than they did not on their hucks. Their huck game was looking quite good. Well, I mean, that's good coaching on their part, from their staff as well. Like, the game plan is we're going to work it to the upwind side, and if we can get a throw off, it's going to be a leading pass. That guy has carte blanche to then throw a bomb.
Yeah.
And it didn't really matter who it was. There were several guys that threw backhand hucks that were successful off of leading broken mark passes. Generally, it was around the mark passes. And the result shows 22-19 Rumble for the first ever East v. West regular season game in MLU history.
And the West still unable to beat a team from the East.
Well, Portland's going to Boston.
That could
I'm not
change
sure when.
Soon, yep.
So.
All these teams do have crossover games, so that could end shortly. Say one thing about this Rumble team is they are fun to watch. Great energy, amazing athleticism, and after that hard-fought battle, good to see a spirit circle out here today. It's one thing I love about this game and what I don't see in any other sport is the end of the game, all the players coming out, getting together, talking about how much they love to play this game.
Yep.
And that's great to see.
So looking forward for the Dogfish, they need to focus on. You got to put this behind you and start working towards catching Seattle. They're not going to catch Portland, but I think they may be able to reel in the Rainmakers to secure that second spot in the West.
And that's going to be the battle for them, playing 3 games yet against Seattle. How will they respond to that matchup?
And for New York, they're not out of it. They're still alive. I'm pretty sure Philly has a stranglehold on the East at the moment. But Boston, D.C., and New York are all mathematically eligible.
Battling for that second spot.
Yep.
Just like we are out here in the West. Well, Rubes, we got a great game today. It was a little disappointing for the home team, but definitely some great action, and it was fun to see this New York team for the first time come out here and play very well. Yeah,
it was great. Nice to see kind of a different, I wouldn't say it's a different style exactly, but that energy you're talking about, they certainly had it. And it's fun to see teams just having a good time when they're playing. It looked fun to be a member of the Rumble for the bulk of this game. I think they might have gotten a little tense late, which is understandable. But for 3 quarters, they were funning and gunning.
They were eating the fun peanuts. I think maybe that was a secret on that flight over here. Only the fun ones they had. Well, that's going to wrap us up here for another great day of Major League Ultimate. Tune in to MLU.com to watch all the games live and on a tape delay, whichever you prefer.
YouTube.
YouTube. For Matt Ruby, I'm Colin Shearstead. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.